Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I have a clip for you from Judge Paul Wall in Thurston County, Washington. He's got a woman who is filing for a civil protection order, and basically it's two Karens that are competing for top Karen. One person wants the window half closed, the other one wants it half open. Yeah, I know, I said the same thing. Anyway, these two women actually get into a fight, and I can see them rolling around on the floor in this senior housing living facility. Yeah, it went downhill. Anyway, I'll let you guys watch.
So now we'll go to Ms. Jensen and Ms. Daniels. So can I have you both come on up and have a seat at the tables? Okay. And this is number 24-128. And Ms. Jensen, this is your petition for an anti-harassment order against Ms. Daniels. All right. Now, Ms. Daniels, I see that you have, okay, you did receive service. In other words, you were notified by Olympia Police. I didn't see that at first, but I did see that you also filed some exhibits last week. Okay. So Ms. Daniels, are you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and Ms. Jensen, you ready too? Okay. Now, the court previously did not issue a temporary order, so we'll decide today whether there's going to be an order issued or not. Now, Ms. Jensen, as the petitioner, you have the burden of proof to show to the court by a preponderance of the evidence that you're entitled to an anti-harassment order. Okay. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to swear you both in, and then Ms. Jensen, I'm going to have you go first. You're going to tell me why it is you believe you're entitled to an anti-harassment order. You can refer to things that you've already filed in this case, including your petition that you initially filed. That's already part of the court record, so I've reviewed that. Then after you've had a chance to tell me everything you think I need to know, then I'm going to turn to Ms. Daniels, and it'll be her turn, and she did the same thing. You tell me why it is you don't think an order should be issued, or why the evidence is no good. And
if I can speak, I think the whole thing should be dismissed because it's just not the truth at all.
We'll see. That's
Okay.
what the hearing's for. I'll
Okay.
listen to both sides and make exactly that decision.
Okay.
So after I've heard from both of you, then I'll make a decision as to whether to issue an order or not. And then I'll explain to you why I did that.
Okay.
And that'll be it. We'll go from there. So
Thank you.
okay, so to start, have you both raise your right hands? And do you both swear that the testimony you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Ms. Jensen, go right ahead.
I really don't know what we're doing here. She came to my apartment and knocked. And I've always stuck up for Venetia. I don't know what the deal was. And she just started screaming at me about a window. And because I open it all the way, the window's only this wide. She says, I open it all the way. Well, yeah, I do. I'm heat intolerant. You know, when it's hot in the hallway, I open it. We don't have AC in the hallway. And then she comes up in my face and just starts screaming. And then she starts butting me. And now she hollers down the hallway when she sees me. She mocks me through her window. I'm just waiting for her to blow up again. What is she going to do? I have enough health issues without worrying about her attacking me.
So tell me when this happened.
The 10th.
Of April?
Yes.
Month? Okay. All right. Now you two are, you both live at Casa Madrona?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
You neighbors there, like next door or?
Across the hall.
Same floor and everything? Okay. How long have you both lived there?
I lived there 3 years.
How long have you been there?
13.
Okay.
But she hasn't lived there 3 years. It hasn't even been. It was.
I had my 3-year review.
Hold on.
All right.
But
No problem.
I just asked a question. I'm
But,
trying
but
to
on
understand
this
everything.
subject, this isn't the first time she's done this. She's gotten written up for doing it to her next door neighbor.
Well, let's focus on you and let's
You know,
focus on
but
the
just can't.
situation.
She attacked me
Okay, that's what I'm trying to understand. So you had your window open.
the hallway.
Okay, and why do you think that upset Miss Daniels?
She says that I'm shutting it. I never shut the window. I open it all the way. She says she only wants it halfway. I said, well, all you had to do is tell me. I said,
Mhm.
someone's putting sticky stuff all over it, which
Well-
come to find out was her.
Okay, but you're gonna need to educate me a little bit here because it's not clear to me.
I didn't know there was a problem. I
But
had no
explain-
idea.
Can you explain to me why it's a problem? Because ordinarily somebody opening or closing a window doesn't mean anything to anyone else.
That's it. I don't know what the problem was.
Mhm.
And she ran back up on me and started screaming, just
Mhm.
screaming in my face.
Do you remember what she said?
Oh, God. Some of it I cannot say. She says I'm a white devil bitch. I'm a fat bitch. I'm on drugs. I'll give you a hair follicle now. I take too many heart medications, sugar pill medication, and everything else to do any drugs. If you get smoke around me, I go into an asthma attack. You know, and she started hollering down the hall, she's a drug addict. You know, and I'm like, Venetia, what the hell? And when she did this, I pushed her away and then she came back at me. I mean, I've never seen anyone blow up like that in my life.
And then how many times has this kind of thing happened?
It's never happened to me.
Has it
And
happened?
after
Did it
that,
happen after that?
no,
or is
she
that the
just
only
hollers
time?
out her window, bitch, and then hollers down the hallway,
Okay.
help me, and dies laughing. And then I had to go to the office personnel because she says, oh, I want to tell you how sorry I am. And I said, do not talk to me. Get away from me. And I'm walking off and she starts following me. I said, don't follow me. I'll call the cops. Well, then she starts screaming at me again.
So how did the management at Casa Madrona handle it?
They're waiting for the court case.
They're not doing anything till we get done.
Yeah, they're putting it on someone else's shoulders.
Okay.
No one wants to take accountability. She knocked on my door. I was ready for bed. I had to go to the hospital over this. And I'm still having repercussions. And I just sit there and wait. I don't even answer my door now. If someone knocks, I don't answer it.
So let me ask you a question. Other than this incident you're talking about and what's happened since then with the yelling and that sort of thing, were you two friends before this?
Yeah, we talked.
Just neighborly stuff?
Yeah, I told her how beautiful her flowers were. And she told me I'm jealous of her during the fight because I have pants that match hers. Well, you know what? Don't buy Walmart clothes if you don't want no one to match you.
So what do you think changed that
I
went from
don't
being
know.
neighborly to this?
I don't know. I thought she was being neighborly when she not. I would have never went out the door if I knew she was mad. I didn't even have my cane with me
All right.
because I didn't expect, I thought she was just going to talk to me like she's giving me stuff from my wall.
All right. Is there anything else that I need to know before I hear from Miss Daniels?
I want to feel safe.
I got that. All right then, Miss Daniels.
Sir, this is what actually happened. I have a window, I put pictures in. The window that she's talking about is right by my door. I get up every morning and I crack the window just so the building can have, you know, a little fresh air. She'll come over to the window, open it wide. So we were just playing this window game. I shut it, she opened it. So I said, you know what, this is kind of silly. I'm gonna go to her and ask her, what are we doing here? I went to her door, Your Honor, and I asked her, what's going on with the window? She started screaming at me saying, that is not your window. So it got really loud. And the neighbor next door, which lived next door to her in 115, her name is Christina Keller. She came out, she's like, what's going on out here? We were just going back at each other screaming. And as I was standing there, the next thing I know, this lady punched me in the face. And I walked back like this. And I said, oh no, I got my phone. I was so nervous. I was going to call the police, but I couldn't. I was just so shocked that she punched me in the face. I couldn't dial my phone. So next thing I know, she went back in the house and me and the other lady were just like, whoa, what just happened here? And then she came back out the door again. And I said, you know what? You need to just go back in the house. You don't tell me what to do. And then she hit me again. And this time when she hit me, she fell over into me and we fell on the ground and I ended up on top of her. And she took her arms and wrapped them around me while I was on top of her. And she started screaming, help me, help me. I said, you're the one. She's so strong, Your Honor, I couldn't even break away. I said, can you just please let me up? She finally let her arms go. So she walked down the hallway and me and the other lady was just still standing there. And then the next thing I know, here comes the police. They come talk to me and they looked at my face. They took pictures and everything. And then the fire truck came. They looked at me and gave me a cold pack for my face. And after that, I went home and my face was throbbing. So I said, you know what? I better go to urgent care just to make sure that I'm okay. So I went to urgent care at 6 o'clock. I didn't get home until 12:45. Your Honor, sir, I never touched her. I never pushed her. All we had was words. I never put my hands on, I would never hit a lady with a cane. I would never do that. I am not a violent person.
Do you have access to
Hold
the
on.
police?
Let me listen to Miss Daniel. Why don't you go ahead and sit
Yeah,
down?
I would
Go ahead and have
never,
a seat, Miss
Judy,
Daniels.
Judy, please tell the truth. You just
No.
perjured.
Miss Daniels,
Okay.
hold on. Just talk to me.
Okay.
And why don't you go ahead and have a seat? You
Okay.
can just relax.
Do you have the police report?
No.
Can I give you the police report?
Sure. You should have given that to me earlier.
Well, I thought you had it.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
I don't. Is this from the incident that you were just talking about,
Yes.
Miss Daniels?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take
Yeah,
a look
when
at that.
the police was there, I was so nervous, sir. I didn't get a chance to tell them that she hit me twice, but when the police officer did come back to look at the camera footage, I told him that she actually hit me twice.
All right.
And I did talk to the manager about what she saw on the camera footage. And she told me that the only thing that she saw on the camera footage was me on top of her. And I said, how is that possible when, and they're trying to say that the other witness didn't step into the situation until I was on top of her.
Well, let me read this. All right.
Okay.
All right. I think I've heard what I needed to hear to be able to decide the case. All right. And Ms. Jensen, do you need this back?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll let you take it back. All right, so as far as I'm not going to grant an order here, and there's two reasons for that, really, two kind of standout reasons. One is it's really hard to tell exactly what happened here, and I think that the police who came and investigated everything, they came to the same conclusions. Really hard to tell exactly what happened here, even though they looked at the video and listened to what both of you had to say, and listen to what your neighbor had to say. And I agree with them that it is hard to know exactly what happened because your stories are a little bit different and you're both clearly, pretty upset about it. So there's that. The second thing is that in order to issue an anti-harassment order, I have to find that there's been a course of conduct. And generally speaking, just one confrontation or one instance doesn't constitute a course of conduct. So even if I were to find, well, in this case, it looks like Ms. Daniels was the aggressor against Ms. Jensen, that really wouldn't be a sufficient basis to issue an anti-harassment order either. So I'm not going to make a decision as to who's the aggressor. I don't know that there's enough evidence to be able to do that. But regardless, I don't think there's been demonstrated here that there's been a course of conduct directed at Ms. Jensen that would justify issuing an order either. So the legal standard hasn't been met. So those are the reasons. And I hope for both of your sakes that you can get back to being friendly and neighborly and let this incident
Want her to
go.
let me- Leave me
So
alone.
why don't we,
Can I speak, Your Honor?
why don't we just leave it at that?
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask a question, but keep in mind, I made my decision, okay?
Yeah, no, it's nothing to do with that. If she keeps yelling out her window and that at me, can I come back?
If new things happen, you can always come back.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
right,
That's
you're
all I
welcome.
wanted.
Now, the order that I'm writing that, basically says the same thing that I just told you. The clerk will be able to make a copy of that for each of you. And then you're all done. And like I said, I do hope that, since you're neighbors, that things can get better between you and we don't need to come back to court.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
This is all ready, and Kayla will let you know when you can come up and get your copies. And other than that, Kayla, I think that is the end of our calendar.
So these two were literally competing for Top Karen, and neither went home with the prize. And I could just see them rolling around on the floor in the hallway of their apartment building, looking like complete fools. So maybe the solution is to separate them. Maybe one needs to move to one wing and another one needs to move to another wing, a different wing. They need to be separated. Neither of them deserve a PPO though. So anyway, they were acting like children. One wants the window half open, the other one wants it half closed. I mean, what's the difference? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.